And for more on the President Obama's visit and what this means for U.S.-India relations, I'm joined now by Lalit Jha, and he is the Chief U.S. Correspondent at the Press Trust of India right here in the Washington, D.C. area. Thank you. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
Tell us about the significance of the nuclear deal that's been reached and how this will affect President Obama's legacy and Mr. Modi's.
See, this was one of the major irritant in the India-US strategic relationship for the last 7 years when the deal was first announced by the previous President George Bush. So that irritant of the liability clause, some of the clause or technical issues which prevented US companies, US nuclear companies to go and establish their plants in India is being removed now. So this will open up the Indian market for the US companies. They can go and set up nuclear power plant. That will give business to the US companies and also give power, electricity to the Indian people.
The emissions reduction agreement that was reached is not as far-reaching as the one with China, but it does outline plans to actually reduce fluorinated gases as well as pollution, but was more expected from one of the world's biggest polluters.
India has a different approach altogether. So as it progresses in the path of development, uplifting its living standards of millions and millions of people, it's trying to use the modern technology, developing in an environment-friendly way. So as it adopts that path of developing of millions of people in an environment-friendly, nature-friendly way, the emissions will automatically come down.
I see. It is the world's biggest economy, the third biggest economy, I should say, yet millions are still literally living in the dark and in poverty. Would you have liked to have seen President Obama travel to some of these areas and highlight the need for help here?
When he travels to Delhi for the second time, the first US president to travel to US for the second time, he has himself indicated or showed his sincerity in working with the new Indian government to help improve the lives of the millions of Indians living there.
Why is it still so poor in these areas, yet it's the third biggest economy, and the IMF has it on track to possibly surpass China in the next decade?
For so many years, there hadn't been much of economic reforms in the country. With such a large number of people living below poverty line, there has been efforts, but not at the pace at which the population is growing up. But you see over the last 10, 15 years, there's such a large number of people have been elevated from the poverty line. Such a large number of people have become literate now. But still, since the population is so huge, we still figure there's still large number of people who we need to help with them out.
So you're saying as the economy grows, it's growing much faster and it's not able to actually keep up with those who are in poverty and lift them out.
Yeah, one of the side effects of this economy has been the disparity between the rich and poor has grown up over the last 10, 15 years. So the new leadership or the government has to take into account that kind of disparity shouldn't increase any further.
We know China will be watching this visit very closely.
Yes, indeed.
What do you believe their reaction is going to be?
I don't know what China's reaction would be, but I think it's good. It's good for the China too. If you see this joint statement which Prime Minister Modi and President Obama have issued, they have talked about prosperity, peace, and stability in the Asia-Pacific region. If there is a peace and stability in the Asia-Pacific region, if the laws are followed, if the freedom of navigation, it benefits China too, right?
Right. Yes. Lalit Jha, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.